landscaping class. You're probably wondering why you got 12 sunflower seeds in the mail from me. That is for your next assignment, which is actually going to be over 2 weeks. And I wanted to give you something a little more hands-on, like we had started in the greenhouse, instead of doing so much of the readings. But if you did the germination test reading, it should help kind of explain what you're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a germination test / experiment. So the 12 seeds that you got, you were only going to use 10 of them. I just gave you 2 extra. You need to find 10 containers. Ideally, disposable cups would be best. I had some styrofoam ones here at home, so I was able to label them. 5 of them are going to be your control, as you can see, and then the other 5 are going to be a variable of one that's going to be in the dark, one that's only going to get half the water it needs, one is going to get no water, one is going to get some vinegar in the soil, and one is salt. So this was actually some soil that I had in a bigger container that I've used for years, so it's a little bit from my lawn and a little bit of potting soil. It was pretty dry, so I added water to it except for the no water one. And I just wanted to show you the salt and vinegar one. So as I said, and you should have directions that are gonna look like this that I'll put on Teams with some questions. And then there's gonna be a chart that you're gonna fill out over the next 2 weeks. So for the salt one, it says to mix half a teaspoon of salt. So hopefully you have half a teaspoon. And I did put water in this already. And as you saw from the paper that if you did the reading for last week, it explained a little bit about some different things that affect how seeds grow. And the amount of salt as a mineral in the soil can have an effect too. So I just kind of stirred that into the top part. These are pretty big cups, so there's a lot of soil in them. So I'm going to take one of my sunflower seeds, and just as you were supposed to do in the greenhouse, just make a little bit of a hole and cover it up just a little. Don't go too deep. Now for the vinegar one, the same thing. And vinegar affects the acidity of the soil. So actually for this one, I'm gonna make my little hole ahead of time, and I'm just going to put the vinegar on top like it was water and let it soak in. And I probably put more than I needed to because this is a big bottle. Doesn't matter what kind of vinegar you have at home. Maybe you have apple cider. This is distilled. So whatever you have will work. So I'm laying the seed in there and just gonna cover it up. Okay, so you're gonna do the same thing for all of them. Try to put them all, give them as much of the same conditions, growing conditions as you can as far as amount of sunlight and water, except if they have that variable. So the 2 that I just did should get the same water and sunlight as the control. The no water one should get the same amount of sunlight, but no water. The half water one should get the same amount of sunlight as the others, except only water at half as much or half as often, whichever you decide. And then the dark one needs to go in a dark place in your house. It should get the same amount of water, just not the sunlight. So good luck with this experiment. Hopefully you can do it. If you don't have some of the materials that you need, just let me know if you're having some issues. So I hope you have fun. I hope you get some sunflowers that once it stops snowing like it is today, you can put them out in a flower garden or out in your lawn and enjoy them this summer.